for tuning in to the second installment of the 2014 Hoops of the Sun post-game show. To my far right, got Uncle G Stacks, on the voice Bobby C, and in the middle, of course, the man of the hour here in our third game this afternoon. A fantastic showing. He is known to the fans at home as Superman, but I was hoping that he could introduce himself formally with his government name, since everyone around the beach is calling you Superman these days. Now, Kedar, today you tie the summer high offensively, which actually you set. You had 41 points here in the third game. The matchup was everything as advertised. Uncle G was talking about all the star players that were here in the third game this afternoon. Talk about your performance and your team's victory, which comes in double overtime.
Basically, we play hard for two great teams, and we know each other, and we just knew we had to keep fighting until it was over.
Now, I'm pretty sure that when you have a nickname like Superman, you have to try to live up to it week in and week out. How difficult has it been for you to live up to the moniker?
I had the name for a little while. My friend gave it to me 2 years ago, so every time somebody figures out that that's my name, I feel that I got to play as hard as I can.
Now, I was hoping to bring G in right now. G, I know you could speak about the players that were in this matchup. We had mentioned it at the outset of the game. Talk about the superstars that were in this game, not only Superman, and how it might have been, I think, the most hyped game of the entire summer thus far here at the beach.
You talk all the time about big plays and big games. You talk about the name brand guys. You know, street ball always a label game. You know, you get certain guys out, you get people to come to the park. And I thought today was just indicative of that. You saw basically a team, Nike team, or Wu-Wei team. You saw all the support from across the city, and it was a game where you had to match up, where big guys were canceling each other out, guard play was canceling each other out. It was just talent at every spot, and I just thought guys were up for it. And I thought the fans got a good beat on it today. I thought the announcer was great, the DJ, and it takes a whole package to blow the game like that. Superman was, you know, I've been telling him he's been a favorite nephew, he's been the highest scorer, he's been everything you can ask him, but today was his day, and I thought he was a star amongst stars. And that's just who the guy is.
Stacks, I know Superman is one of your favorite nephews. I know you had a couple of questions that you do want to ask him, so I was going to give you the opportunity to get a chance to ask one of those right now.
My thing is this, he's so unselfish. You know, we live in a day and age where it's a me first thing. You see it even in the NBA, and you see him so many times go over there and sit. You know, maybe guys get it going, they don't want to sit, but he was able to sit, get right back in there, give his team the same lift. And my thing is that he's just comfortable up here. I was just asking him, what is it that brings out the best here at Orchard Beach?
I mean, I didn't have the opportunity to be the best player I was in a long time, so I've been working hard. And a lot of people said I can't do this, I can't do that. So before I leave to actually go to school, I wanted to show people I can be Nike Player of the Year if I wanted to.
Hey, so the beat's a big part of what he's doing, a big part of the push. We like the fact that he's up here every game, he's up here early getting his warm-ups in. And going forward, does the 40 a game matter to you as opposed to playing the last game in August or before you go away to school?
It matters, but then it doesn't matter. I mean, G. Irv asked me to play. I look up to G. Irv, so he told me they lost too early. I said, well, G, I never won at the beach. I played bad at the beach my last year. I want to come here and try to get wins. And we played 3 games and we got 3 wins. 3 tough wins.
And it's been all Superman, so the fans know. Don't forget, come up here every Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you check the schedule. Find out what Superman is on the schedule, Bobby C. You take it away.
And of course, speaking about Gio, talking about Gary Irving. Today, folks, our first game was also, I think, Stacks, I think it could be characterized as an instant classic. And I don't know if you got a chance, Superman, to catch the game, but Ed Richardson was challenging for your 41. I believe he finished with 38 points by the end of the afternoon, and his team picking up the victory. Were you here for that first game?
I watched it. I streamed it. I like the beach. It's the best place right now. So I stream when I can. So, I want to see what I'm up against. And like I said, Marv Roberts, my best friend, and he wrote me and said, listen, I had 56 at the beach. And I'm basically trying to have more than Marv at the beach.
That's a good time for us to plug our official website, hoopsofthesun.net, which hopefully you're watching the post-game show on. And hopefully you can get a chance to tune in for the Instagram and the Facebook and the Twitter, and of course, the chance, as you talk about, the Ustream to live stream the games. So for you, again, points are a big deal, now averaging 40 points per game. But everybody really eyes the championship. Where Stacks talks about, drinking the champagne, getting a chance to use those flight tickets at the end of the summer. What, to you, do you think your team needs to do to get to the promised land?
I mean, as of right now, we we are a championship team. We played without two of our bigs, and we played probably the best team in the tournament, and we came out with a W. So when we have Vern and we have Sticks, we should be great. We should be great all year. I don't feel nobody can beat us in the tournament as long as we come to play every time.
Stacks, give us a little bit of a rundown on game number 1 today. I would say 2 out of the 3, arguably 2 of the best games. I haven't been here for every game this summer, but 2 of the best games of the summer. The middle game a little tough, big kind of spread in terms of points. But give us a quick recap of games 1 and games 2.
In game 1, who was the first game in game 1, Bobby? Silver Rosedale. And I talked to Coach Silver before the game, and he's telling me how important it is for them to get to August. And I think it's time for them to make a play, maybe get to the Final Four. They've been a solid team. They've had Richards and Shavar. So many guys over there to chip in, good bench play, good attitude. They travel far. And I thought they came out today with they never let up. And that's a sign of a team that wants to play at the end of the year.
So in game 1, the 2 stars, Ed Richardson with the high 30s, and Shavar, who really put on a show in the fourth quarter as well. So they pick up the victory in the first game. And again, as mentioned in game number 2, a little bit of a differential in terms of the spread, but it kind of set the tone. The fans were really eager and anticipating our third game of the afternoon. And even though they didn't get the big time game, the middle game today, it kind of, built up some of that anticipation for game number 3.
Well, I thought 9-1-4 was, I thought that their money was on the line today. It's a lot of money to get in this tournament. Times are hard. Guys put up because they want to win. Because there's a passion, because they bring guys that are committed to the same goal. And I thought you saw it today with Grey Goose. You saw it with 9-1-4, who needed a victory. K-Born knew you can't go on for in this league. He came out with the necessary stuff, and they on the win column there. So that was a good game, too.
So as Stacks points out, 0-3 to start the season. Team 9-1-4, they come into this afternoon. They pick up the victory. Higher Ground walks away a loser today, but still a promising young team as well. So that takes care of our recap for games 1 and 2. And Stacks wanted to get your final thoughts on the final game of the afternoon. I mean, again, Superman has been the big talk here today. But the third game featured a lot of stars. Cliff Fleescale, I think, is a guy that needs to be mentioned, even though the outcome not exactly as predicted for DD and Sean Bell.
Well, I thought it was a win for the beach. You get guys like Superman, they committed, they're coming back. Kiki Clark, you get a double overtime game, guys are coming back. It's a game that begs for a rematch. You have to see it again. The city begs for it. And it was just good for all of it. I think there were no losers today. You get to double overtime, you got everything you wanted as a coach and a player, and we'll get to see it again. So that's the benefit for us.
Info's Cliff hitting a big 3-point shot at the end of regulation, and then 2 more big shots from beyond the arc in overtime. But it was Superman and company today prevailing in game 3. Final thoughts from both of you gentlemen.
Basically, when you come to the beach, you gotta compete at all times. There's no team that's out here that's just terrible. It's all great teams. So if you let up, you're gonna lose. And if you come to compete, the chances of winning is big. Like both teams came to compete today, and we both was at the winning point. They just missed a few free throws. We missed a lot of turnovers, but we just compete, and that's all about it.
No, again, I think, the game speaks for itself. It speaks for our league, the parity, the guys that stay behind. And, even Superman holding up his time. He's got a bunch to do, but we just appreciate each and every guy, be a star or not, that come up here and just lift the play. And it's just these kind of games that make us stay in business 15 years. So thanks to Superman, DD, and Sean Bell, everybody that competed in. That's the post-game wrap-up. G-Stacks, Bobby C, and Superman.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here at Hoops to the Sun.